Germany is doing the right thing by returning artifacts to Ethiopia. These artifacts were taken from Ethiopians 100 years ago. But according to the family, to the German family that returned these artifacts, it was either bought or gifted to them.
My grandparents came to Ethiopia in 1921 and left in 1928, almost 100 years ago, taking with them gifts from the emperor and items they had purchased.
They include gifts from Regent Teferi Mekonnen.
As you've seen, they've returned 12 artifacts, and those artifacts are important to Ethiopia and Ethiopians because it is part of our history, part of our culture that was taken, now is being returned. As I mentioned earlier, according to the family that is returning it, they are saying that they bought it or some of it was gifted to them, which is debatable, but we're not we're not gonna focus on that because we have enough evidence of foreign countries, especially European countries, looting from African countries, and there are so many cases where we still see the artifacts in their museums and they refuse to give it back. Some of them are returning slowly but surely. Germany actually returned artifacts to Nigeria just the other day. Chief of Benin celebrated the return of the looted artifacts by Germany. We talked about this when it first happened in 2022. Germany decided on sending back the artifacts that the British have looted during their invasion of the Benin Palace in 1897. So they returned 2 items. Even though those 2 items were returned in 2022, the Benin leader did not receive them. It went straight to the Nigerian government. Mr. Olugbile handed over the repatriated artifacts to the monarch in his palace on behalf of the federal government of Nigeria on May 18th, 2024. Hence why they are receiving it now and not in 2022. But this is how they celebrated. When they were showing the artifacts that were returned to Ethiopia, I noticed something, and I don't know if you've noticed that too. There were a few paintings that were given back to Ethiopia, and these paintings were from 100 years ago, as they stated. And when you look at the paintings, they are all painted black with afros and big eyes, and these paintings are supposed to be biblical paintings, references to the Bible, like painting of an angel or painting of people from the Bible. And you can clearly see how Ethiopians used to paint people from the Bible. There's a whole lot of conversation about whitewashing and how the Bible is the white man's tool, basically. But if you look through history, you can see especially those African countries that received Christianity even before the white man learned about it. You can see that that was there, and we've always painted people from the Bible like Jesus Christ black. Anyways, I thought that was an interesting thing to notice in those artifacts that were returned. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this. I am Wongel Zelalem. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.